Stop stocking corn planter run in Armstrong County. You can see the full list of changes on the commission's website.
Ahead in our next half hour, the river rule people are ignoring that comes with a big risk.
Plus, shut down. Money for several federal government agencies run dry when lawmakers could get the doors reopened.
And as an early spring in the cards for 2026, thousands are packed into Gobbler's Knob in Puxatawney, PA, waiting for Phil to share his prediction on this Groundhog Day.
There's a party going on.
Oh, yeah.
It is a big party there at Gobbler's Knob, and you're going to have to dance to stay warm, feeling below zero in those areas right now. So as we head into today, obviously we're going to be warming up, but it's still going to be an absolutely frigid morning for many of us. So put on those extra layers when you're heading out to the bus stop. I'll let you know when we'll see temperatures back to the 30s in just a little bit. We'll be right back.
There's one groundhog.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the US, we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah with the elder law firm of Zachariah Brown. You know, every day I get a call from somebody because they have a loved one in the nursing home. They lost their house, they lost all their money, and they are in trouble, and that's when they call. Why do they call us? Because we can help. The better call to make, though, is to call ahead of time. As soon as you have a loved one going into a nursing facility, call us immediately, and we'll help take care of you. Zachariah Brown, 724-942-6200, or PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. You know, people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
7 degrees with fair skies at 5:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. It's Groundhog Day, the annual appearance of Punxsutawney Phil on Gobbler's Knob. Will he see his shadow? And if he does, it's said we'll have 6 more weeks of winter weather. If he doesn't, it's supposedly a sign spring isn't far away. Phil is predicting more winter more often, in fact, 107 times with just 21 early spring forecasts, if you're interested in the numbers. The celebration starts before dawn. Phil's forecast will be announced at sunrise. We'll carry that live at 7:18 on the Big K Morning Show. Also this morning in Bridgeville, repairs are beginning on a broken water main. That break happened overnight along Bower Hill Road, which was blocked off from Sylvia Street and Painters Run Road. We'll have a status report coming up in AAA traffic with Ellen Gamble. The Ellison Park man who died Sunday morning at the Allegheny County Jail has been identified. The medical examiner says 55-year-old Mark Schwartz was found unresponsive in his cell by correctional staff, and despite life-saving measures, he was pronounced dead about a half hour later. Schwartz was booked in August on assault and harassment charges. Allegheny County Police are investigating his death. Well, after a stoppage, it is time to get your garbage to the curb in the city of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDK's Rob Taylor has details.
It's been an entire week, but the city of Pittsburgh's garbage collection is back to work today. If you normally have your garbage picked up on Monday, then today is your day for residents who live primarily in neighborhoods like Highland Park, parts of Homewood, East Hills, the Lower North Side, Carrick, Sheridan, and Esplin. Households whose recycling collection is planned for this week will be collected this week on their normal day. Garbage and recycling pickup was delayed due to the more than a foot of snow the city received last Sunday. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO at 412-373-2000. The Pirates offered the same money, but Eugenio Suarez is returning to the Reds on a one-year deal worth $15 million. Tonight, the Penguins are looking to extend a 6-game winning streak when they host Ottawa at 7. KDKA Radio News Time, 5:32. Our next update at 6. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet with Ellen Gamble.
Oh, thanks, Paul, and welcome back. And as we are looking out live over the area roads, these PennDOT cameras are fired up and ready to go. And the good news is we aren't seeing any major accidents or delays. Gives us a chance to give you a heads up for People's Gas crews who will be working along Route 65 Ohio River Boulevard starting today. And this one's going to be with us until May, folks. So you're going to find a single northbound or outbound lane between Millerton and Kendall Avenues from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays. Now, this gas line replacement work definitely is going to cause you delays, especially during the heavier portions of the day as you try to head toward the north boroughs and up into the Ohio Valley from downtown, pretty much from the McKees Rocks Bridge northbound. Watch for brake lights. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:45. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call
Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 27. Clouding up tonight. A bit of snow or flurries overnight. There can be a dusting in places, low 22. Tomorrow, cloudy with a few afternoon snow flurries, the high 31. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
7 with fair skies at Pittsburgh International.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Good morning. Welcome to Groundhog Day 2026. This is bigger than the Super Bowl, let's be honest. I'm Larry Richert along with anchorman Paul Rasmussen.
Bigger than the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. And we welcome you back, Paul.
Thank you, sir.
Triple A's Helen Gamble, meteorologist Joe Lundberg, and Aaron Ferragonio is our producer. And that said, good to see you people. Many people have asked, where's Paul? And you had posted a picture of yourself in a boot.
Yeah, you
had a tendon tear.
Yeah, an orthopedic boot keeping my ankle immobile. And for a couple of weeks, I was told to stay off of it as much as possible. So that meant not being here. And so you can only imagine what the cabin fever was like last week when the weather turned really bad.
Getting a little stir crazy, are you?
Oh, just a bit.
And as a newsman, I'm sure
missing a couple of the biggest stories of the year so far.
Yeah, this has been quite a year, weather-wise.
At least today, for a lot of students, they're getting back to some sort of normal.
Yeah, they are. Most schools are back in. One of the concerns at the end of last week, aside from the frigid temperatures, which in and of itself would have been enough, was school bus stops.
Exactly. I have a story coming up on that in about 20 minutes at the top of the hour. And the reason the bus stops are a concern is because many of those places where the students would stand have been covered by a gigantic snow pile. I mean, you should see the ones up at my place, not even around a bus stop. But we've got piles of snow 5 and 6 feet high.
Yeah, that is typical around the region. So for the most part, we still have the KDKA Radio Storm Center online. You can go to kdkaradio.com and see the list anytime. Most schools, though, are back in session despite the fact that we're at single digits. We're at 7, but we don't have much of a breeze. That's good. A clear sky, so you see the full snow moon overhead, appropriately named.
I got a beautiful picture of the snow moon from a friend last night. Really nice pic.
And the highest temperature of the week is not going to be today, 27, although I will say yesterday I was out with the sunshine, and 17 degrees felt actually tolerable because there was no breeze in the sun. The sun on your face makes a big difference, but we missed another gigantic storm.
Let me tell you about that one. North Carolina snow flurries, iguanas falling again in Florida.
Right, frozen. Wow. They freeze and then they just fall out of the trees.
South Carolina, North Carolina in particular, were hit by a snowstorm, and I guess well into western North Carolina, where I was looking last night. They were hit with a foot of snow in some places, in places where they don't see snow hardly ever.
Well, Charlotte shut down basically. Mm-hmm. They had almost a foot of snow, which is typically unheard of, and there were 19 inches of snow in places that, how about it snowed in Sarasota, Florida?
Mm-hmm. None of it stuck, but to see that in Sarasota is very unusual. Yeah, in the Panhandle, Northeast Florida, you might see it every once in a while, but
this is when the Pirates' equipment is leaving today.
They're heading out this morning, right?
Yeah, 18-wheeler headed south. It'll warm up a little bit by the time they get there, but suffice to say, that's a significant weather event that we missed all along the eastern coast, all the way down to Florida, as I mentioned, with some snow there. And in the midst of all of that, Erin went to the movies.
Oh, did she?
Yes, Erin. She saw Melania.
Hey, guess what opened up as the most popular
documentary
in 10 years, I think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
It was Melania.
It was very packed, I will say.
Was it?
Very, very packed.
Well, what
And
was this about?
So, I mean, I didn't know too much, but I just watched the trailer, and it's 21 days leading up to Inauguration Day. So it just highlights, and I was telling Larry earlier, it's very true to Melania. You know, of course, President Trump is in it, but it's very true to her. She's the narrator. It's authentic. It doesn't seem like they tried to make it something that it shouldn't have been.
So it's like a day in the life kind of a thing?
Exactly. A day in the life, and it's very historical too. You know, it takes you through the buildings they're staying in and the furniture and the china. So it's very, very cool. It was
behind
enjoyable.
the scenes, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You mean there was China in it?
There was China.
Yeah, it did very well. I think $7 to $8 million, which for a doc is pretty strong. All right, that said, what else is going on over the weekend? I saw nothing related to football. For the first time in memory, I went through a weekend without any touch point, Pro Bowl activities. I don't even know where they were.
It's that pre-Super Bowl lull. It's just boring.
Yes, the teams arrived in Santa Clara area, and they are ready. The Patriots arrived first. Seahawks didn't have far to go, but they were in a 747.
Really?
Patriots have their own team charter plane that they'd all painted up for the Patriots. Bob Kraft, the owner, no doubt paid for that.
By the way, just a sidebar on sports teams, and, you know, they had that Stadium Series game, the NHL game. The Bruins and the Lightning played down in the Tampa area, an outdoor game.
Well, the weather was appropriate.
Yeah. Well, it was. It was actually cold, and which was good for the ice. But before the game started, the teams came in wearing costumes.
I saw that.
Boston came in; they were dressed as like Minutemen, Patriots from back in the day.
I saw that.
And then the Buccaneers came in their the football uniforms, the creamsicle orange Tampa Bay Buccaneers football uniforms. This is a hockey team coming in.
That was hilarious.
But they're having fun with that, and I like that.
And it went into overtime in a shootout, and the goalies fought, which is really rare.
Yeah, Vasilevsky skated the length of the ice to get a hold of the Boston goaltender and gave him a couple of...
Gave him the business.
Gave him a couple of rights before he went down.
They are not used to that kind of cold weather down there.
Very unusual to see that kind of weather, but the timing was perfect for a hockey game.
And it is Groundhog Day.
This is pitiful. 1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat. What a hype. Groundhog Day used to mean something in this town. They used to pull the hog out and they used to eat it. You're hypocrites. All of you.
Oh, my gosh.
One of my favorite scenes in Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray from the movie, which dates back, over 30 years at this point. And that is what spurred my first journey there, because I was doing the weather, and Bill Murray plays a Pittsburgh weather guy who's sent there. So they sent me. In the first year I went, it was 13 below zero actual temperature, and it stood for 3.5 hours in front of the famous stump on Gobbler's Knob. And we have one of our colleagues is up there with his daughter, Nicole, Marty Tuffer.
Oh, really?
For the first time ever, he just sent some videos and pics. We'll check in with him.
Great. So the crowd is already gathered, right?
Yeah,
it's already underway.
In the movie, he says 1,000 people. Trust me.
It's tens of thousands.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible. And I know the governor was there last year. He couldn't be there this year. He's working on the budget, apparently. But meanwhile, it is Groundhog Day, and for weather people, it's kind of a Super Bowl in and of itself.
Yeah, and we're going to have the ceremony when Phil makes his prediction at 7:18 this morning.
Hog extraction live.
Extraction and me are just, we can't jive.
Extract? That way it's extract and hoist.
Yeah. Woo.
Extract and hoist.
And the meteorologists, they get so jealous of Phil getting the attention.
Yeah.
Folks, it's a groundhog. It's tongue-in-cheek. Don't get too excited. It's just fun, because this represents the exact midpoint of winter today, and we are just 5 weeks away from changing the clocks. Look at it that way. Look at the bright side.
Do we lose an hour this time?
Yeah.
Or
You had to bring that up.
Larry's like, okay, come on. But we get more sunlight, which is fine.
And
it's a good
Paul,
trade-off.
I showed Aaron. I am an honorary member of the Inner Circle. I have the official top hat that you see the guys wear.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out.
Oh, nice. There you go.
It pops out, and there you go. On our live stream, we'll have frequent
sometime
visitors.
we need to contemplate the idea of you being back up there with that thing on when they pull Phil out of the stump.
How about next year?
Hopefully the weather will be nicer.
Oh, my gosh. It's been so cold, though. It's all relative. I swear, when I went outside yesterday, I went to get the paper, didn't have a coat on. It was sunny, and it was tolerable.
Oh, it was, and the wind was blowing at my place, so it was miserable. But, and the temperature swings, by the way, on the way down here.
Crazy.
I hit a 0 on the dashboard, and then 7 when I arrived here at the station.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
We got a lot going on. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Happy Groundhog Day, Alan Gamble.
Right back at you. I'm envious of the top hat. That's pretty swanky. You know.
Thank you. You've seen it.
Yeah, I think you should walk around with that on all day, actually. Make people wonder what you're up to. All right. So happy Groundhog Day, all. It's just, wacky cold out there. Goodness, make sure you leave that extra time for that vehicle warm up where appropriate as you hit the highways. We do have a water main break down in the South Hills, Bower Hill Road near Painters Run Road. You might find heavier traffic on Vanadium Road because of that. So just keep that in mind as you make your way out and about. No major accidents or problems for you. Parkways west and east just have minor taps on the brakes before you hit the respective tunnels there. Behind the Liberty tunnels, everything's rolling pretty well on 51 and 19 right now. 28, decent ride coming out of the Allegheny Valley. Parkway North, I-279 is rolling well. HOV lanes not yet open for use. We'll certainly keep an eye on that and let you know when they are. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:55. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And AccuWeather says high of 27. We'll see some sunshine today. Then tonight, a little snow, and it could accumulate a coating to an inch. The low, though, 22. So we do stay out of the teens. And 31 tomorrow with some flurries in the afternoon. Wednesday's high 22, and so it goes. 7 right now at Pittsburgh International.
Y108 presents Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm Jason Aldean.
Wednesday, April 22nd, inside the Event Center at Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. You can't buy a ticket to this show. You can only win your way in. Details at y108.com. Brought to you by Broken Bow Records. Must be 21 plus.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
5:50 from the KDKA Radio News Desk. Here's a look ahead at our 6 o'clock report with Paul Rasmussen.
And at the top of our news, it is the 2nd of February. That's Phil's big day in Punxsutawney. More on that in 10 minutes on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Drug maker Eli Lilly says it will build a $3.5 billion manufacturing facility in Pennsylvania as the company expands domestic production and capitalizes on surging sales of obesity and diabetes treatments. The company is amid a broader domestic expansion that includes new plants it has announced in Texas, Virginia, and Alabama. Amazon's documentary about Melania Trump grossed $7 million at the domestic box office during its opening weekend. Melania had the highest opening of a non-music documentary in more than a decade. The tech giant reportedly paid an estimated $40 million to acquire Melania and spent an additional $35 million on marketing. Economists say the K-shaped economy is as apparent as ever and isn't going away anytime soon. It's now seen as more of a facet of the modern U.S. economy than a passing fad. This disparity can help explain the success of politicians focused on messages around affordability. I'm Nicole Murray on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Time for the Big K Morning Show birthdays on this February 2nd. Who was born on Groundhog Day? If you were born in 1961, happy 65th, by the way, from MediConnect, Medicare Made Simple. Colombian-born singer Shakira is now 49, born on the Hog's birthday. You know Shakira, don't you?
I always love how CBS picks something that's not obvious. Everybody knows hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie.
Everybody knows it.
That's a great saying to put on a T-shirt. After I watched a little of the Grammys, that's never been more true.
Right.
By the way, I feel terrible, Paul. You weren't here either, so you missed it. That we missed
what?
Rob Pratt's birthday last week on the 29th, Aaron. Tragically,
wow.
we forgot to include him.
Happy birthday, belated, Rob.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Celebrity chef Ina Garten, do you know her? You're a big food guy. You watch food shows, don't you, Paul? Do you know who she is?
Who again?
INA.
Oh, yeah.
GR.
The Barefoot Contessa.
GARTEN. Is that who?
Yep.
She's 78 today.
I'm making panko-crusted mustard chicken, which is so delicious.
That sounds good.
Panko crusted. All right. From the Bellamy brothers, Howard Bellamy is now 80. Paul, I know you remember this song.
Oh, sure. And then one of their follow-up hits called If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me?
That's funny. From Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, singer Graham Nash is now 84.
House is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy because of you.
Did you ever hear that, Aaron?
I've heard, as soon as the song started, I recognized the beginning lyrics, so I've clearly heard it somewhere.
Christy Brinkley is 72. She was a supermodel married to, at one point, Billy Joel. Who else is on the birthday list? Julia Fox is 36. The actress. Uncut Gems was one of her big deals. She played in that with Adam Sandler. Either of you see that movie? I heard it was pretty good, but I never...
Uncut Gems?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
it was
I have.
a more serious role for Adam Sandler because basically all he's ever done is comedies. And Tom Blythe is 31, the star of Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songs and Snakes. There you go.
Which was really good.
You like that?
Very good.
That was on over the weekend. I just happened to see a chunk of it.
That's another series you should look into.
I can't keep up with all these series. And then
so many.
Some are coming back. Like after
Correct, yeah.
long hiatuses.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute.
They're like, wait, people are nostalgic.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's check in with Alan Gamble.
Thanks, Larry. And we do have this report of a water main break that is tying up things for you if you're traveling through the South Hills. If you like Bower Hill Road, we're hearing reports it's closed and or heavily restricted near Painters Run Road and in that vicinity. So you might find a lot of folks jumping over to use Vanadium Road as an alternate to cut over toward Route 50 this morning. If you're traveling on 50, rolling well there, no problems through the southern neighborhoods. And then once you access I-79, that zips along nicely throughout the district. Parkways east and west are well behaved. No major backups just yet. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:05. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Wintertime, freezing temperatures, busted pipes. Man, that's terrible. And when that pipe breaks, damage spreads fast. It's terrible. That's when you call Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Yep. 24/7, 365. Residential and commercial water damage emergencies. Stopping that damage, cleaning up the mess, getting your property back to normal and fast. When winter hits hard, demand that yellow van. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Call 412-RECOVER. That's 412-RECOVER.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
4 degrees and fair skies at Pittsburgh International. 6 o'clock now. I'm Paul Rasmussen. It's Groundhog Day, the annual appearance of Punxsutawney Phil on Gobbler's Knob, and the question is, will he see his shadow? If he does, it's said we'll have 6 more weeks of winter, and if he doesn't, it's supposedly a sign spring isn't far away. Phil predicts winter, by the way, far more often, 107 times so far, with just 21 early spring forecasts. Now, the celebration starts before dawn. Phil's forecast will be announced at sunrise. We'll carry that live at 7:18 on the Big K Morning Show. Many students in the Pittsburgh region are returning to classes today, and if they ride the bus to school, the conditions are less than ideal at bus stops.
We have very high mounds, and sometimes it can be hard to see kids.
Shaler Area Assistant Superintendent Brian Brown told KDKA-TV some bus stops may not be accessible.
Our bus drivers have been notified to look for students. They may be standing 15, 20 feet away from the bus stop. We just want to make sure they're in a place that's safe.
Shaler area families have been told if their bus stop isn't accessible or safe, the student should stand away from the road and be visible to oncoming traffic. Forecasters say dangerous extra cold conditions will persist from the Gulf Coast to New England today. There were thousands of weekend flight cancellations. In eastern North Carolina, James City recorded 18 inches of snow, 17 in Swansboro. Wind chills near zero are expected in many southern states again today. This morning in Bridgeville, repairs are beginning on a broken water main. That break happened overnight along Bower Hill Road, which was blocked off between Sylvia Street and Painters Run Road. And we'll have a status report on that coming up in AAA traffic with Ellen coming up. The Allison Park man who died Sunday morning at the Allegheny County Jail has been identified. The medical examiner says 55-year-old Mark Schwartz was found unresponsive in his cell by correctional staff and, despite life-saving measures, was pronounced dead about a half hour later. Schwartz was booked into the jail in August on assault and harassment charges. Allegheny County Police are now investigating his death. Remember those warnings to get a real ID or a passport when traveling at airports? Time has run out. The TSA is now starting to charge a $45 fee for anyone going through airport security without a real ID or passport. The agency's new online Confirm ID portal is accessible. People can use that to pay in advance and start the verification process, which should take an additional 30 minutes at the security checkpoint. After a stoppage, it is time now to get your garbage to the curb in the city of Pittsburgh. With details on that, here's News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor.
It's been an entire week, but the city of Pittsburgh's garbage collection is back to work today. If you normally have your garbage picked up on Monday, then today is your day for residents who live primarily in neighborhoods like Highland Park, parts of Homewood, East Hills, the Lower North Side, Carrick, Sheridan, and Esplin. Households whose recycling collection is planned for this week will be collected this week on their normal day. Garbage and recycling pickup was delayed due to the more than a foot of snow the city received last Sunday. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO at 412-373-2000. The Pirates lost out on slugger Eugenio Suarez. He signed with Cincinnati 1 year for $15 million. The Pirates made a similar offer and were reportedly willing to offer more money. And Suarez preferred the Reds' hitter-friendly ballpark, it turns out. Pens and Sens tonight at PPG Paints Arena. Puck drop just at 7. KDKA Radio News Time, 6:04. It's 4 degrees, fair skies in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Barry and Steve Aaronich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center. You know, getting something new creates excitement. For instance, on a scale of 1 to 10, a new TV might be a 3.
A new car might be a 7. But getting a brand new kitchen or bathroom, that is a 10. Few things equal the exhilaration and joy of finding just the right design for the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
And then there's the anticipation you feel as Petite's expert craftsmen transform your dream into a reality. From custom creation to expert installation, our family-owned business has been making people happy for almost 60 years.
Let us help you experience the one-of-a-kind joy you'll get from a brand new kitchen or bathroom from Petite. Visit us on Route 50 just off the Carnegie exit. Call 412-279-2222 or click PATETE kitchens.com.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
6:05 KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's check in with Ellen Gamble.
Well, thanks, Larry. And as Paul mentioned during the news, crews have been working overnight with a water main break on Bower Hill Road near Painters Run Road. Obviously, very busy cut-throughs through the South Hills, trying to make your way over toward Kerwin Heights, Route 50, Bridgeville. So what this means is you could find, for sure, heavier traffic on Vanadium Road and Montgomery Avenue as another cut-through that gets you down toward Route 50 and over toward I-79. So just keep that in mind as you head out the door. A couple of extra minutes or avoiding the area might be a great idea there. Elsewhere around the commute, boy, slow start. Mondays are usually busy, but so far, just a little bit of a slowdown for you on the Parkway West, right at the mouth of the Fort Pitt tunnels. No problems heading out toward the airport or the western suburbs. 376 on the westbound side toward Pittsburgh International is a great commute. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:15. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds today with a high of 27, mostly cloudy tonight. A bit of snow and flurries. There can be a dusting in places, the low 22. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a few afternoon flurries, high 31. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. Right now, it's 7 degrees.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
Pittsburgh Mayor Corey O'Connor has been tested early on in his administration, and so far, he's passing. The city's public works fleet continues to be challenged after nearly a foot of snow fell last weekend. But Mayor O'Connor has been tireless while keeping the public in the know. Ability starts with availability, and he is constantly giving updates. He appeared on KDKA Radio 3 separate times the day after the historic storm. Then, on Thursday, O'Connor, along with UPMC, announced a one-time gift of $10 million to the city that will go toward buying new emergency vehicles. The money will pay for 9 new ambulances and 1 rescue truck this year, along with 35 new Department Works vehicles and more EMS vehicles in 2027. Friday, the mayor received a $2 million commitment from PNC Bank to buy 15 new plow trucks. O'Connor will face more challenges in the coming weeks, months, and years, but this is how true leaders lead. He is out in front of the issues and facing the challenges head on. The stage does not appear to be too big for Mayor O'Connor. So far, so good.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Good morning, Larry Richert with anchorman Paul Rasmussen back in the saddle after a couple of weeks of, how would you describe it? Get your tendon right.
Inactivity.
Yeah, well, a lot of people aren't doing a lot of things, but I know where they are. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. It is Groundhog Day. Before we get there, just a mention of the extreme weather the South and the Northeast got over the weekend. And it has snowed in Sarasota, Florida, and they had winds whipping in the Carolinas. Did you see the videos or any photographs of Myrtle Beach covered in snow?
Yep.
Snow on the beach, a foot of snow in Charlotte, up to 19 inches in parts of the Carolinas. They are not equipped in any way, shape, or form to deal with it. So as rough as it was for us the past weekend through this week, imagine in the South where they really don't have salt trucks and the kind of snow plows.
You wonder how many plows they have, if any, in some places.
Some they do not. So
I imagine there's a high demand right now for front-end loaders.
Yeah, so we here got a bit of a break in terms of what could have been an additional snowfall, which would have been catastrophic after we're still catching up.
And it's starting to warm slightly. Yeah, that's nice to see the trend is going in the direction of, we won't have below for much longer below zero readings at night.
Right.
And highs in the 20s seems almost balmy compared to where we've been.
Yeah, 27 today and the overnight low 22. And it doesn't look like we'll get above freezing, though, until maybe Friday, where we expect a heavy burst of snow. But we'll get to that later. Right now, crystal clear and a full snow moon ahead. And Paul, one of our colleagues, Marty Tuffer, who's one of our account executives, has made his trek to the Knob with his daughter Nicole for the first time in history. Kind of a girl-dad opportunity once in a lifetime. Marty, good morning.
Morning, Larry. How are you doing? Hey, Paul.
What's going on up there?
It's pretty amazing, Larry. I've never been here before, and I got to give credit to the Punxsutawney Tourism or whoever. We got on the shuttle bus, and got up here quickly, and about 5 a.m. There's probably 5,000 people here at 5 a.m. It's just amazing,
and they're
honestly
pouring in, right?
Oh, it doesn't stop. It's unbelievable, actually. I always wanted to do it. My daughter goes to IUP, and her friend Caitlin wanted to come up. So I left the house at 2:30 and was IUP at 3:30, and we got here at 5.
So describe, Marty, if you would, please, for our listeners, what the atmosphere is like. How are people behaving?
It's something. There's the live bands playing. Everybody's watching the bands, and there's a hot chocolate line. There's a food line. Everybody's behaving. I mean, everybody's trying to stay warm. They got a bonfire here too. So we keep walking back and forth. My daughter and her friend to keep our feet warm. You know.
Yeah, Marty sent a picture. I'll share it with you. He's in some kind of full suit
we got horses
apparatus
behind us, Larry. The police just come in with the horses. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Clydesdale. I mean, like 10 feet behind me here.
You know, what is it about the energy at Gobbler's Knob at this hour? And it's so cold. It's got to be even colder there than it is here. It's 4 here right now.
Oh, yeah. You know something, Paul? We got on the shuttle bus. We were here in about 4 minutes. You pull up, and you're in a city. You know, it's just amazing. It really is amazing.
And, we're just only a little over an hour away from hog extraction.
Hog extraction, yeah.
You see the stump, don't you, down there on the stage?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
Bill's in there right now.
Bill's in the stump, yeah.
And you will see just after 7 the trek of the Inner Circle Groundhog Club members in their top hats and tuxedos, and they will make their way down on the stage, and they go through the ceremony. Then somewhere around 7:18, 7:20, we'll begin the process to extract Phil, and then you'll see something magical will happen, Marty. Everybody will disappear.
That's what my daughter was here a couple years ago. She said, "Dad, after the groundhog comes out, everybody leaves." I go, "Okay."
So
1 hour to fill, they said. 1 hour to fill.
The boss just called and want to know what time you're getting into work.
What's that?
The boss just called, wants to know what time you're getting into work today.
Well, I took a PTO day there, Larry, for my daughter.
We refer to those PTOs in some cases as a mental health day, and this has got to be a boost.
You said it, Paul. Okay.
All right. Well, we appreciate you checking in with us.
More videos, guys.
Enjoy the time with Nicole, and we'll see you back at the plant tomorrow.
Okay, pal. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. That's our own Marty Tuffer with his first venture up there to Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, and we'll get the official word with Jeff Lundy. Remember Jeff? He's past president.
Yeah, we've had him on several years in a row, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll check in with him coming up, and then we will carry live the complete hog extraction right around 7:18.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This ice, extreme weather, and snow can do major damage to your roof. Downspouts, gutters ripping off due to the heavy ice. Also, the siding. That's why JP Roofing and Siding and Joe Potashnik are ready for you. 45 years in, he's got you covered. And no matter what the deal is, even if it is an issue where you have ice damage, it could be an insurance claim, they'll help walk you through that process too. All you've got to do is make a simple phone call for a free estimate. The job done right the first time. In Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, MVP, the work will get done right, and they'll back it up with a warranty. 412-829-7711. 412-829-7711. 7711. Thank you, Joe. Stay warm. 6:15 at KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's get an early update with Ellen Gamble. I know you can't hardly wait 1 hour from now.
I'm just, the whole extraction phrase. It's just, every time you say it, I'm like, oh, poor Phil.
Thank you.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, you know who's speaking right now? Senator Dave McCormick is on the knob.
Oh, my gosh.
Punxsutawney High School. It all happened here. And listen, Pennsylvania's got so much to offer. The spirit of this, the community of it, everything you bring. And this is a big day. We got to figure out what Phil's going to tell us. So thanks, everybody, for having us. Have a great day.
Senator Dave McCormick live. How about that?
You know, Phil brings out all the luminaries, doesn't he? And all the dignitaries.
Certainly does.
The knob is a busy place this morning. All right. And you know what? We're busy with an accident, too, Larry. This is our first one of the morning. And this is as you're traveling behind Mount Washington between the Fort Pitt tunnels and the West End interchanges. It's on Sawmill Run Boulevard at Shaler Street. Reportedly, crews on the scene and rolling up on the scene. So watch for slowdowns there. Of course, we've been talking about the water main break down in the South Hills. Bower Hill Road restricted near Painters Run, so Vanadium Road could bear the brunt of some heavier traffic there. Behind the Liberty Tunnels, traffic's on the build on 51 Sawmill Run Boulevard as you head northbound between Bousman and that right-hand turn into the Tubes. Parkway East just a little bit slow right around the mouth of the inbound Squirrel Hill Tunnels. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:25. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And AccuWeather says high of 27, low 22. We could see coating to an inch of snow later tonight, and we'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, we're at 7 above.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This is attorney Ed Shenderovich, and just like you, I love dogs. All breeds of dogs. Unfortunately, sometimes dogs attack people, causing serious injuries. At Shenderovich, and Fishman, we've represented many, many victims of dog attacks. And, as in all our cases that we handle, our fee is only 25%, not 40% like other firms. If you've been injured by a dog, call us at 888-98-TWINS. At Shenderovich, and Fishman, we've got your back, not your wallet.
6:19 from the KDKA Radio News Desk. Here's a look ahead at our 6:30 report with Paul Rasmussen.
We'll find out who won big last night at the Grammy Awards. And we'll have the rundown on the box office over the weekend, which contained a surprise. That's coming up in 11 minutes on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Talk about the news you hear. It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Listen for the Drive at 5. Tom Stories driving the day's news. Weekday afternoons with Colin Dunlap. Brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Demand the yellow band. And we are joined by past president, Mr. Fairweatherman, Jeff Lundy, who's fresh off the Groundhog Dinner. And he is up on the knob and ready for today's ceremony. And he joins us, and you can see him on our live stream at KDKRadio.com, presented by Metropolitan Window Company and our KDK Radio YouTube page. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, Larry. How are you doing?
Not as good as you, my friend.
Yeah. I got to tell you that it's cold here. I came in here to do the interview. I would have gone outside, but it's so loud. It's such a large crowd. I'm in shock.
And How was the groundhog dinner? Describe what goes on for people who have never experienced it.
Well, one of the things we do is, and fortunately, I've been our guest speaker, I think 2 or 3 times. It's just people from all over the United States and all over the world. They come there. We have 400 plus people. It's really kind of quaint. It's in a cafeteria. We have some guest speakers, and then we also make all of the people from outside the area do a pledge to Phil. We give away gifts. We gave away a little monster truck, and everybody just has a good time, catered by a local Italian restaurant.
Hey, Jeff, for our listeners who can't see your headgear, which is spectacular, tell them what you're wearing.
Well, I have my traditional groundhog hat, which I've had for about 40 years, which is a top hat. There you go. Larry has one on. And then, I don't know, I stick this groundhog on top of it. And we get our picture taken with a classy member of the inner circle. Not as classy as Larry when Larry showed up here with his gear. What was it, 25 years ago, right?
Oh, my God. We had those furry earmuffs, and I remember CBS took us live, and Paul Lazon, who was on the morning show then with Harry Smith, said, "Is that Phil?" And Harry said, "No, but I think there's drinking going on." I don't know what that meant. Meanwhile, Jeff, describe what happens here in just about an hour.
So what happens is you have a crowd, and again, I have to tell you, the crowd is huge, not as large as last year, but close. And the inner circle comes down. We're like it's like a prize fight. We work our way through the crowd. You get there, and then we do a little ceremony, introduce people. And then the president taps his cane on the door. The handler gets Phil out. We put him on the stump, and contrary to what people might think, there's no vote by the inner circle. It's whatever the president, is told by Phil. He says it's either winter or spring.
And for people that don't know, they when you tap on the door, Phil's probably up already, though. And
well, no, usually actually he's sleeping. We try to get him a cup of coffee, around 6 o'clock just to get him awake. But the groundhogs hibernate. So sometimes we have to tap really loud. In fact, as you know, Larry, from being there, we then have the crowd do a big Phil chant to wake him up.
It's one of the great slices of Americana known worldwide, Jeff, and you've been a big part of it. I know how busy you are this morning, so we'll be checking it out live about an hour from now, and thank you for your time. Happy Groundhog Day.
Happy Groundhog Day. Thanks, Larry.
That's Jeff Lundy, past president of the Groundhog Club in the Inner Circle.
This is the peak for them, too. All the preparation and all the work that goes into this event, finally they get a chance to step back and enjoy a little bit.
Yeah, and you're listening live. That is, they have some kind of barber shop. 4 guys who are up on the stage, on the knob.
Sound pretty good.
I mean, think about fireworks. All this stuff is tongue-in-cheek, but it's really for the weather guys. You'll hear how jealous they get if you ever talk to a meteorologist. They always, poo-poo this thing. There you go. Did you ever see the movie, by the way?
Oh, I guess I've probably seen Groundhog Day at least a half a dozen times, maybe more. I love them. It's a great movie.
It is. And with Bill Murray and Annie McDowell. Aaron, have you ever seen Groundhog Day?
I actually haven't, which is shameful.
It's shameful.
Because it's a cultural reference at this point. It really is.
Well, it's showing a bunch of places. It always shows up this time of year, which was really smart when you think about it, to create a movie where you're the only movie about an event day. So there you go.
And the movie was directed by, you remember?
Oh. Who?
Bill Murray's sidekick in Stripes.
Oh,
Harold
yeah,
Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Who passed away a few years ago. He did a bunch of movies.
Yeah, he did. He was terrific. He played a role in As Good as It Gets that was real good.
And he was in Ghostbusters.
Oh, sure.
As one of the guys.
What was his name? Egon? Something like that?
Yes. You got a Total Recall. Paul is back.
Back at it again.
All right, Aaron, that's on assignment to watch Groundhog Day.
I will, actually. That's one I can guarantee I will watch.
We'll join them live in an hour here for full hog extraction. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Ellen, you've seen Groundhog Day, have you not?
I have. And you're right about the weather forecasters kind of having a little bit of envy about. Oh, yeah.
They get really kind of snooty about it. And I'm like, guys, it's a joke. It's a groundhog.
I know it's a lot of fun and kind of crazy up there, but there you go. So have fun with it. It's a Monday, folks. All right, and it's turning into a Monday out on the area roads because of an accident. 51 northbound approaching the Liberty Tunnels is backing between Edgebrook and Bousman, but once you head further northbound and go over the Parkway West overpass, there's an accident by Shaler Street. So that's on your way to the West End Circle area on 51, and that is causing heavy traffic in that area, especially on the northbound side of the road. So do watch out for that. Parkway West on the inbound ride is slow go down the front side of Green Tree Hill. The major backing begins for you right at that runaway truck sand pile there. Parkway East, volumes are up and we're starting to see the congestion for you. Definitely building right around the Wilkinsburg interchange. 28 southbound is still rolling well for you there. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:35. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And today, looking for a high of 27 degrees, and we're at 7 right now.
This report brought to you by NJM Insurance.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than getting stuck in an elevator with an overshare,
bean burrito for lunch.
you have Insuranoia. You should have NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
I'm talking with John Diagardi of Rome Monument about something he feels people should avoid. John, can you elaborate?
I sure can, Rob. When a loved one passes, their spouse and relatives are under stress. They feel pressure to get things taken care of quickly.
Is that not a good idea?
Not when it comes to the monument. Rob, when the funeral is over, when everyone goes home, the monument is the one thing that is permanent. 50, even 100 years from now, that monument will still be there. Families need to take time to make decisions about the best way to memorialize their loved one.
John, how can families avoid making a costly mistake?
People shouldn't make quick decisions under stress that they'll regret later. For over 80 years, Rome Monument has helped thousands of families create a lasting tribute to their loved ones. And when you're ready, Rome Monument will be there.
Great advice, John. Friends, visit one of Rome Monument's 9 showrooms or learn more at romemonuments.com.
A true spa bathroom isn't just about water pressure. It's about the view. Make your shower the crown jewel of your home with a custom frameless glass enclosure from Boulevard Glass and Metal. Check out their easy, hassle-free quote request at boulevardglassandmetal.com. Simply pick a layout, answer a few questions, and send it. They'll get back to you with a price. Or call 412-621-1799. See the difference at boulevardglassandmetal.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Ryan Shalaba here from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. More than 1,000 local homeowners have trusted us to sell their home the simple way. No hassles or fees, just a fair and easy sale. Visit homebuyersofpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057 for a cash offer today. That's 412-500-9057.
You want to reach out, then ask a Roofing Instant Access just a click away. Email us at instantaccess@kdkaradio.com. Coming up next, yesterday began Black History Month. We'll tell you what's going on here in the Pittsburgh area and why it's still so important.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
4 with fair skies at 6:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. It's Groundhog Day, the annual appearance of Punxsutawney Phil on Gobbler's Knob. Will he see his shadow? And if he does, it's said we'll have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't, it's supposedly a sign spring isn't far away. Phil predicts, by the way, winter far more often, 107 times with just 21 early spring forecasts. The celebration starts before dawn. Phil's forecast will be announced at sunrise, and we'll carry that live at 7:18 on the Big K Morning Show. Also this morning in Bridgeville, repairs are beginning on a broken water main. This happened overnight along Bower Hill Road, which was blocked off between Sylvia Street and Painters Run Road. We'll get a status report on that coming up in AAA Traffic with Ellen. A fire in Economy Borough on Sunday left one firefighter injured. Dispatchers say the call came in just before 2:30 Sunday afternoon for a fire along Daniels Drive. The Economy Volunteer Fire Department shared Sunday night the firefighter was injured. Ambridge firefighter suffered minor injuries. No others were reported in that fire. It was music's biggest night at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards in L.A. Bad Bunny, who will be performing at halftime during the Super Bowl, won Album of the Year, the first time a Spanish-language album has taken the Grammy's top honor. Billie Eilish, Bad Bunny, Jelly Roll, and Lady Gaga were among the biggest winners, of course. Olivia Dean won Best New Artist. Many of the artists used their time on stage to make anti-ICE statements. And a surprise at the box office, the First Lady's documentary, Melania, opened with the biggest audience for a documentary in a decade. $7 million in ticket sales. Women over 55 made up 72% of the audience. Number one over the weekend, the Disney thriller Send Help, with $20 million in ticket sales. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO at 412-373-2000. The Pirates offered the same money, but Eugenio Suarez is returning to the Reds on a one-year deal worth $15 million. And tonight, the Penguins are looking to extend a 6-game winning streak when they host Ottawa at 7. KDKA Radio News Time 6:32. Our next update at 7. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends, sponsored by LensSeek.
New research challenges the concept of digital dementia. UT Austin and Baylor Research finds embracing technology may keep your brain younger by posing new learning challenges. A study of more than 400,000 older adults who regularly used phones, the internet, and computers were 42% less likely to develop cognitive impairment and had slower rates of cognitive decline than their peers. I'm Margie Schaefer.
As the owner, coach, and quarterback of your small business, you call the shots. From inventory to payroll and more. Now it's time to bring in LensSeek, your funding MVP. No delay of game here. Get up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours for business lines of credit or term loans. Let LensSeek's AI marketplace assist you in making the winning play and score that touchdown. Apply at lendseek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and I would like to remind you about the selected drapery fabrics that are on sale right now. 50 to 70% off the most beautiful fabrics with the draperies made right here in Pittsburgh in my very own factory. Call 724-933-5500. Stop into my gallery at 2015 Village Run Road in Wexford, or simply book online. NestExpressions.com.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
635 KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Here's Helen Gamble.
Thanks, Larry. It's a busy morning in the South Hills and some of the western suburbs and coming out of those suburbs toward town. Traveling behind Mount Washington between the Fort Pitt tunnels and the West End. We have an accident on Sawmill Run Boulevard, Route 51 at Shaler Street. So that is causing heavy traffic, especially on the northbound side of the road by the Parkway West interchange. Heads up there. Parkway West on the inbound ride backs at the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. 51 northbound behind the Liberty tunnels backs between Edgebrook and Bousman. We're getting reports of an accident on Route 51 at the intersection with Route 88. Watch for crews headed to the scene there. Paul mentioned the water main break on Bower Hill Road near Painters Run Road. We're expecting and seeing some heavier volumes of traffic on Vanadium Road as folks use that as an alternate. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:45. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 27, clouding up tonight. A bit of snow or flurries overnight. There can be a dusting in places, low 22. Tomorrow, cloudy with a few afternoon snow flurries, the high 31. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. We have dipped to 4 degrees.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This is the Big K Morning Show. In less than an hour, we will go live to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, Gobbler's Knob, and see what Phil has to say on this Groundhog Day. Yesterday began Black History Month, and joining us via our vMix, you can see live on our KDKA Radio live stream, presented by Metropolitan Window Company, Chase Patterson, the CEO of the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh. Welcome and good morning to you. Hang on, we see you, but we're not hearing you, Kate. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
There you are. We got you now. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So tell us about the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh and your mission.
Yeah. Well, first, thanks for allowing me to be here. The Urban Academy was founded in 1997 by the Urban League of Greater Pittsburgh, which is the Pittsburgh affiliate of the National Civil Rights Organization, the National Urban League. Our mission has not changed since we were founded. It's very simple. It's to develop in our students academic excellence, leadership skills, and social values that enables them to go back into the communities in which they live, make those communities a better place. In short, to help change the world for the better.
And this is a significant note that this is the 100th anniversary of Black History Month. And over the years, it has changed so much. Where do we stand in this day and age when things like DEI are under attack? And how do you feel about the importance of this month?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it is certainly an important month. But as a nation, we've got to do our part to celebrate the contributions that every American has made to the social fabric of who we are as the United States. I think that whether it's Black History Month or any other month, frankly, we need to be recognizing those heroes and sheroes among us who are doing great work to make the world a better place. 100 years is great. But I got to tell you, there's a lot that we just don't know about the contributions that African Americans are making, not only to the city of Pittsburgh, but to the nation and the world globally.
Give us some of the local highlights, because there has been a lot of history made here with Black Americans.
Wow. I mean, where do I start? I can talk about fraternities. that started at the University of Pittsburgh in 1914. Sororities around that same time that brought together African American students in a community that was really not for them and helped them collaborate and thrive. Most of the leaders of the Pittsburgh NAACP, which has also been around for more than 100 years, were members of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which is the first intercollegiate fraternity founded for African American men at Cornell University in 1906. Locally, when we talk about trailblazers in African American history, we can talk about Frank Bolden, who was a journalist, who I'm sure is rolling over right now to see what's happening to journalists across the country. We can talk about Mal Good, who was also a journalist in the Hill District. And my grandfather, who at his father's gas station on the Hill, put chains on tires so folks could get through snow like this. So there are a lot of contributions that African Americans have made, not only in our region, but across the country, that I think really bring to light that we're just like everybody else, working hard to make the world a better place.
We're talking to K. Chase Patterson, CEO of the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh. I also think of in the sporting world, which in society does make a difference. Obviously, in baseball, you think of Jackie Robinson, but here in Pittsburgh, Chuck Cooper, who broke ground in the NBA, was just honored over the weekend during an NBA game. And, of course, Josh Gibson, whose grandson Sean helped change the narrative and change Major League Baseball by including the Negro Leagues, all their stats, which was a game changer too. So those things are part of the breakthrough. And then in the literary world, August Wilson, who I actually had the honor of meeting and having on my TV show years ago when I first started out, not knowing that I was sitting in the presence of a true literary talent who was really considered to be one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, Josh Gibson, Chuck Cooper, and August Wilson have all made their mark, indelible mark, in the history of American society in their Pittsburgh homegrown. August Wilson from the Hill, Josh Gibson played from the Hill and then Homestead, and Chuck Cooper raised his family right around the corner from where I'm talking to you right now. And all of their descendants are great friends.
And how will you celebrate? Give us a couple of highlights of what you anticipate participating in this month in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start today celebrating with my students at the Urban Academy and kick off to our Black History Month celebrations. Later this evening, my son, who turns 11 today, and I will be at the Penguins game to celebrate their Black History kickoff. And then we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff throughout the month, whether it's art or travel, really to celebrate the contributions of the African American culture to American society and family.
And I want to give a shout out to a name that has resonated for years in this town, Tim Stevens, who has been so passionate over the years, decades, and also a very talented jazz musician, too, people may not know.
Yes, he is very talented. I didn't know until I walked into a jazz joint downtown and Tim was on the stage singing, and he did so wonderfully. The same way he's helped to lead the civil rights movement in Pittsburgh for decades now.
Well, I appreciate your time and the work you're doing, especially with our young people, to make our city and world a better place. Thank you for your time this morning.
You too. Stay warm.
Yeah, that's the word of the day. K. Chase Patterson, the CEO of the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh.
This is the Big K Morning Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. I've been a customer for over a decade. Why? Because the professional work CertaPro Painters does protects your home, quality paint, worry-free process, free estimates. That's why I've relied on CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp. And they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
The Big K Morning Show, brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's get the latest on the Monday commute, returning to more normal circumstances, but not completely. Here's Ellen.
Yeah, certainly the volumes are up, Larry, and that is very true. Now, to that not completely note that you just made, we were watching with the PennDOT cameras. PennDOT actually has crews out working now, trying still to shovel and plow, and with front loaders getting the snow, tons of snow off of that HOV lane for you on the Parkway North I-279. It is still a work in progress. It's taking them a while, so it's not open for your use this morning, but so far the main line is moving well and is accident-free there. 28 southbound, little bit of bunching for you right by the 31st Street Bridge. Definitely need some extra time if you're traveling Route 51 this morning. We have 2 delays for you coming out of the South Hills. First, you're backing at Edgebrook, approaching the Liberty Tunnels. Then after you pass the tunnels and try to approach the interchange with the Parkway West, you have very slow go traffic because of an accident on northbound 51 near Shaler Street. So that is between the Fort Pitt Tunnel interchange and the West End. Fort Pitt Tunnel approach from the Parkway West is stacking for you almost to the Parkway Center Mall overpass. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:55. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Ellen. AccuWeather says a high of 27. Should see some sunshine today. Low of 22. However, there is a chance for a little snow accumulating, coating to an inch later tonight. And then 31 tomorrow, which will be the warmest it's been in almost 2 weeks. 4 above zero now.
No one should have to face a winter without heat. You can help your neighbors in need stay warm by supporting the Dollar Energy Fund during our annual NRG KDKA Radio Warmathon on February 12th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Presented by MetaConnect. Details on how you can support are at KDKARadio.com. Powered by Dynegy and brought to you by Junk Luggers of Pittsburgh. Help us help your neighbor on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Recently, the owner of a large mattress retailer was proudly sharing how over 65% of their queen mattress prices are $15.99 or higher. At the Original Mattress Factory, our focus is a little bit different. We build superior quality mattresses right here in town and do our best to save you as much money as possible. That's why at OMF, nearly 80% of our queen mattresses are lower than those prices others brag about. Stop in or check out originalmattress.com to learn more.
Customers often ask, what's the right mattress for me? At the Original Mattress Factory, our answer is always the same. It's all about personal preference. You should select the one that feels right to you, because there isn't a one-mattress-fits-all solution. That's why we offer a selection of quality and comfort choices for every preference. And our sales team will help you find the right product for your specific needs. At the Original Mattress Factory, we have the right mattress for just about everyone. Stop by to find yours today.
It's Dan Zangrilli. I love being a member of Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It was easy to enroll. In fact, I didn't know how easy it was to become a member. To join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, you simply have to live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties. It costs just $5 to join. I have all the great perks of a credit union, and you can too. So shape your future. Consider a local credit union. Consider Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. AllegiantFCU.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
It's the Big K, Big Three. The biggest three stories we're talking about on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Finally, maybe back to some normalcy, Larry, as students are returning to classes.
Yeah, amen. I think anything close to normal, and we avoided the heavy storm that really hit the south and the northeast over the weekend, so it could have been much worse. But gradually, we're still digging out in many cases.
And because we're still digging out, some of the bus stops have just big snow mounds instead of the bus stops. So we're going to have to improvise in a lot of cases.
Which is why many school districts didn't go back to class at the end of last week, because there were not all the bus stops were clear and no place for the students to stand and wait.
We have an unusual story now next about a partial government shutdown. It's not a deliberate thing. It's more a procedural thing, if I understand it correctly. The Senate has passed some legislation that has to go back to the House, and when they pass it, then we can move ahead. Is that about what it is?
Yeah, it's considered a partial lapse, is how they're saying it in Washington. Congress has already passed funding for about half the government, so departments like Agriculture, Justice, and Veteran Affairs are operating normally. However, several major agencies are unfunded in the moment. You've heard a lot about Homeland Security, DHS, Defense, Transportation. They hope that they'll be able to get a vote that'll clear this up by tomorrow. But
why not today?
Well, I guess they got a vote on it, so the standoff centers really around the immigration thing again. So we'll see if they're able to make some progress.
And Larry, in about 30 minutes or so, they're going to have what you call the groundhog extraction.
Yes.
And then we'll know what the forecast is from Punxsutawney.
About a half an hour from now, and we'll carry that live. It's kind of a fun, tongue-in-cheek thing. It's the Super Bowl of the weather world, and I know the meteorologists get all hacked off. But I wanted to share with you, and you're a fellow Montanan like Jack Bogan, who sat in this air chair for 15 years, starting in the late 60s. And he sent me this little nugget.
It was 20 below zero early that morning. Not a cloud around. The sky overhead like black velvet with stars everywhere. And there we all were, 5,000 separate souls standing on a hilltop, waiting for the guest of honor. A psychiatrist could have made a fortune that morning because we all needed to have our heads examined. The scene was Gobbler's Knob, and we were in the court of the royal rodent. Misery was the common denominator until we heard something that instantly united us. The sound system started blaring Joy to the World. No, not the Christmas song. The other one. Yes, Three Dog Nights classic bridged the emotional gaps between us as we looked at one another, grinning, and then started to jump vertically in time to the beat. Ramrod straight, arms at our sides in a tribal dance. It looked like mob scene whack-a-mole. Then the music stopped abruptly, and so did we. Punxsutawney Phil came out of his burrow using one of his designated humans, blinked and squirmed and yawned toward the crowd, and we all went nuts, right on cue. It was one of the dumbest things we had ever done, and one of the best times we'd ever had. You know, every now and then we need to do something supremely silly to stay in touch with that part of us that can cause uncontrollable giggling, the part of us incapable of anger, frustration, embarrassment, fear, or harm. That part of us that is unrestrained joy that causes eyes to water, noses to run, and any differences between us to disappear. It felt good that day, and the memory still does. Until next time, this is Jack Bogut.
You know who wrote Joy to the World?
Who?
Hoyt Axton.
I can't believe you're saying that. He also wrote Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
But how about Jack?
That's great.
He kind of captured the mood in the moment, and we'll be carrying it again live here coming up in the next half hour on the Big K Morning Show. 6:55 at KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. You like that, Ellen?
Oh, his wordsmithing, it just brings tears to your eyes. He's an amazing storyteller. Absolutely. And to wax poetic about hog extraction is a gift. So there you go. All right, folks, no matter what that groundhog says, you got to get out the door and go to work. So you have a lot of company, too. Parkway West inbound is slow go all the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill. Heading northbound on 51, we have two separate pockets of delays for you. First off, trying to make your way to the Liberty Tunnels, we have backups before the intersection with Edgebrook Avenue. We are getting reports of an accident between Bousman and that right turn into the tunnels, so watch for that. After you clear that area, you're in heavy traffic once again approaching the Parkway West interchange because of an accident just north of that at the intersection with Shaler Street, so watch out for that. Water main break down in the South Hills means Bower Hill Road is restricted near Painters Run. Watch out for heavier than normal traffic on Vanadium Road. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:15. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And it looks like a high of 27. We'll see some sun to start the weekend. Could see a little snow coating to an inch tonight. And right now we're at 4 degrees.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKA-radio.com.
Zero Res's Month of Love sale is on. Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it's also the biggest air filter. If your carpet hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dust, dander, bacteria, germs, and all that stuff over and over again. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, starting at just $119 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and mention KDKA.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's now 3 with fair skies at Pittsburgh International, 7 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. On this Groundhog Day, on Gobbler's Knob, they're waiting for the annual appearance of Punxsutawney Phil in just a few minutes. The question is, of course, will he see his shadow? If he does, it's said we'll have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't, it's supposedly a sign spring isn't far away. Phil predicts winter far more often, too. 107 times so far, with just 21 early spring forecasts. The celebration starts before dawn. Phil's forecast will be announced at sunrise, and we'll carry that live in about 18 minutes right now on the Big K Morning Show. Many students in the Pittsburgh region are returning to classes today, and if they ride the bus to school, the conditions are less than ideal at some bus stops.
We have very high mounds, and sometimes it can be hard to see kids.
Shaler Area Assistant Superintendent Brian Brown told KDKA-TV some bus stops may not be accessible.
Our bus drivers have been notified to look for students. They may be standing 15, 20 feet away from the bus stop. We just want to make sure they're in a place that's safe.
Shaler area families have been told if their bus stop isn't accessible or safe, the student should stand away from the road and be visible to oncoming traffic. Forecasters say dangerous extra cold conditions will persist today from the Gulf Coast to New England. Heavy snow fell in the southern states, producing thousands of weekend flight cancellations. In eastern North Carolina, James City recorded 18 inches of snow. Wind chills near zero are expected in some southern states again today. And this morning in Bridgeville, repairs are beginning on a broken water main. That break happened overnight along Bower Hill Road, which was blocked off between Sylvia Street and Painters Run Road. We'll have a status report on that coming up in AAA Traffic with Ellen. The Allison Park man who died Sunday morning at the Allegheny County Jail has been identified. The medical examiner says 55-year-old Mark Schwartz was found unresponsive in his cell by correctional staff and, despite life-saving measures, was pronounced dead about a half hour later. Schwartz was booked into the jail in August on assault and harassment charges. Allegheny County Police are investigating his death. You remember those warnings to get a real ID or a passport when traveling at airports? Well, time has run out. The TSA is now charging a $45 fee for anyone going through airport security without a real ID or passport. The passenger must now use the agency's online Confirm ID portal to pay the fee and start the verification process, which they say could take an additional 30 minutes. After a stoppage, it is time to get your garbage to the curb in the city of Pittsburgh. With that story, here's News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor.
It's been an entire week, but the city of Pittsburgh's garbage collection is back to work today. If you normally have your garbage picked up on Monday, then today is your day for residents who live primarily in neighborhoods like Highland Park, parts of Homewood, East Hills, the Lower North Side, Carrick, Sheridan, and Esplin. Households whose recycling collection is planned for this week will be collected this week on their normal day. Garbage and recycling pickup was delayed due to the more than a foot of snow the city received last Sunday. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
KDKA Sports, brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO at 412-373-2000. The Pirates lost out on slugger Eugenio Suarez. He signed with Cincinnati 1 year for $15 million. Now, the Pirates reportedly made a similar offer and were reportedly willing to offer more. Suarez, though, preferred the Reds' hitter-friendly ballpark. And we have the Pens and Sens tonight at PPG Paints Arena. Puck drop at 7. KDKA Radio News Time 7:04. Time to call Dina Schmid and Michael Coleman at One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 if you've recently lost your health insurance or don't have coverage through an employer. 3 degrees now, fair skies at Pittsburgh International. AAA Traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey guys, this is Pavel with Schlei Deck Company. Winter installation special is here. That's right, 20% off. It's the best time to buy now before spring. We need to keep our crews working. Guess what? You save big money on your deck and fence projects this winter with SchleiDeckCompany.com. To help keep your loved ones safe, don't forget to replace the long overdue paint chipping rotten railings with new maintenance-free railings from Schlei Deck and Fence. That's SHLY.company.com, SchleiDeckCompany.com.
7:05 at KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Here's Ellen Gamble.
All right, thanks, Larry. We're getting reports of another accident to add to your trek around the West End and Route 51. Getting word of an accident at the West End Bridge with crews rolling up on the scene and others dispatched to that scene. It looks like it is on the span itself. It certainly is clogging up traffic on South Main Street as you approach the West End Circle. Watch for that. Earlier accident being cleared on 51 northbound at the intersection with Shaler Street. So this is between the Fort Pitt Tunnel interchange and the West End. Again, pretty busy there. Northbound delays there, back you halfway to the Liberty Tunnels. And then as you approach the Liberty Tunnels, coming out of the South Hills, you have backups before Edgebrook because of a reported accident in that right-hand turn area as you make your way between Bousman and the Liberty Tunnels. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:25. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds today, but cold, high 27. It'll turn cloudy tonight with a bit of snow or flurries overnight. There can be a dusting in some areas, the low 22. Tomorrow, cloudy with a few afternoon flurries, high 31. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. Right now, we're at 4 degrees.
The Big K Morning Show, brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
This is the hour for Groundhog Day 2026. Larry Richert with anchorman Paul Rasmussen there, whooping it up live on Gobbler's Knob. This is live from the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Fireworks, confetti.
Well, they got it all the way to the floor there.
Yeah, the Inner Circle members of the Groundhog Club will be making their way down to the stage here in just a moment. But first, we want to check in with the National Weather Service meteorologist Jason Frazier, who I'm guessing isn't a big fan of this day. Jason, good morning.
Good morning, Larry. How are you doing?
Good. How do you feel at Groundhog Day, being a real meteorologist?
Hey, you know what? It's exciting. It's fun. They do a great job up there, and we help to support with the emergency management group as we kind of watch everything going out. And you know what? It's a fun way to kind of bring awareness to weather and just kind of think about, hey, what's going on in the future. And you know, Phil, he's going to have his prediction here shortly, and we got our own predictions. It's always interesting to see how it all plays out.
Jason, I'm curious to know if you could tell us. It's 3 degrees right now at Pittsburgh International, but it's got to be considerably colder up in Punxsutawney.
You know what? At one point, we actually had a little bit of cloud cover up in that area. So we're right now, because of just how cold the air mass is, that clouds help to insulate things. So they've been actually generally hovering around similar sort of temperatures. Clouds cleared out now, so our on-site meteorologist, I believe it's showing maybe a similar sort of 3 degrees in that area. There's always these little pockets that are a little bit warmer, a little bit colder type thing, but at least having some early morning clouds help prevent it from being a colder start for all the folks up there in Punxsutawney.
And that said, Jason, we are still, while we're going to be a little milder generally this week, we're still not above freezing until what, maybe Friday?
Yeah, so it's like we're messaging out, we're going to see a warm-up this week, and temperatures are going to warm up, but it's like it's still going to be below our daily averages for early February. We have maybe a chance to get near freezing, maybe at about 32 degrees on Tuesday, so maybe a little bit warm-up for tomorrow, a little bit another warm-up, again, as you mentioned, on Friday. those are kind of our 2 days the best chance to actually see those thermometers up above freezing in the Pittsburgh city area. Otherwise, it continues to look sub-freezing the rest of the way, but maybe a little more days where we're not seeing truly single-digit mornings like we have been.
I'm just curious if you'd like to comment at all on what transpired in the Carolinas over the weekend. That's a remarkable weather event.
Yeah, so that's definitely something you don't see every day, and it was kind of fueled by just the patterns that we've had prior, and there's a little bit of influence of what we had around here because we created such a cold air mass here that as this system developed, it helped to push it even farther south. And then it just lined up where it formed and developed over the Carolinas and used a lot of that Atlantic moisture to draw into that cold air. So cold air plus a lot of moisture equals snow. And unfortunately, they bore the brunt of that system. And what was really fortunate going into is that there was potential that this system could ride up the whole entire East Coast line. So not only could the Carolinas seen it, it could have been something that we saw a little bit of snow here as well as all of the New England, Mid-Atlantic region. So fortunately, that system went out further into the Atlantic to limit the amount of impacts that we saw from it.
Anytime you mention snow and Sarasota and thinking that the Pirates equipment truck is leaving today for Bradenton, it's kind of a unusual winter, atypical.
It has been atypical. I mean, they're talking about flurries potentially in the Tampa area. I'm a big Disney fan, so I've seen photos where they've got water fountains there in Orlando that are having ice form. So this is not stuff that you see every day. And obviously, we felt it with our negative degree temperatures over these past multiple days. And there is some reprieve coming to some of those areas. But for us, when we look out towards mid, maybe even late February, there's not a lot of confidence to say, we're going to truly have a big rebound and maybe have a early start to the spring.
An early prediction on what Phil will say. He's going to see a shadow. Yeah, nice, Jason. I appreciate it. Thanks, as always. Happy Groundhog Day.
Happy Groundhog Day to you, and enjoy the festivities.
Meteorologist Jason Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, just 8 minutes and a few seconds away from Phil's extraction.
Yeah, with some of the details of how hard the South was hit, to Jason's point, CBS's Michael George.
This deep freeze. Millions of people are under cold weather alerts from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast after yet another winter storm. Now, this time, the Carolina coast took a direct hit with up to 19 inches of snow and powerful winds. At least 3 people have died. The rough surf took down another unoccupied beachfront house on the Outer Banks, where wind gusts reached more than 50 miles an hour. And here's something you don't see often: snow falling in Sarasota, Florida, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, covered in white. The storm also dumped 11 inches of snow at Charlotte's International Airport. That's its biggest snowfall since 2004, which of course also impacted air travel, with tens of thousands of flights delayed Sunday and nearly 2,000 more canceled. CBS's Christian Benavides reports.
Another blast of winter weather has left parts of the Southeast blanketed in snow. On Interstate 85 in North Carolina, more than 100 vehicles were left stranded after a crash involving a tractor trailer. In Raleigh, officials warned about the potential for frostbite.
Layering is very important, and just making sure that you go inside and take breaks when you can. Let your body kind of warm up again.
Whiteout conditions were reported across the Carolinas, with some areas forecasted to see up to 18 inches.
This is probably the most snow that I've seen here since 2018, so I think this is going to surpass that.
Just outside of Charlotte, video captured the moments where a train collided with the front of an 18-wheeler. In Tennessee, resident Terry Miles is one of thousands still without power since last weekend's snowstorm.
I've been cold. This is the coldest and the worst I've ever been in my damn life.
With another round of frigid weather now hitting the South, the Nashville Electric Service doesn't know yet when power and heat will be back for some of their customers.
We're having to dig our infrastructure out from under trees that's froze to the ground.
Flurries and sub-freezing wind chills are being felt in Alabama, Georgia, and as far south as Florida. Light snow fell in Tallahassee. The Sunshine State is seeing its coldest temperatures in more than a decade. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
And again, the Pirates equipment truck will leave PNC Park today, headed for Bradenton. February 11th, pitchers and catchers report. Then everybody's in on the 16th. So it's coming.
It's on.
Game on. Coming up, we will take you live to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. This is it.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Independence Health System, with nearly 900 physicians and over 7,300 employees, is the third largest health system in Western Pennsylvania, earning top honors for quality of care and recognition from U.S. News and World Report and Health Grades. Independence Health System, comprising Butler, Clarion, Frick, Latrobe, and Westmoreland hospitals, changing the landscape of health care in our region. Independence Health System. Expert care here. Visit independence.health. 7:15 KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Back to Ellen Gamble.
Well, thanks, Larry. And we've had a flurry of accidents, especially in the South Hills. The 51 corridor has been busy. You've congestion around Route 88 and 51 as 51 comes northbound because of an earlier tangle. We have an earlier accident reported between Bousman and the Liberty Tunnels. So 51 northbound is very heavy coming past Carrick and Overbrook, backing up before Whited Street. Parkway West inbound is solid at the top of Green Tree Hill. And we continue to have an accident being cleared from the West End Bridge area and West End Circle. So traffic is really clogged on 60 and South Main coming down into the West End. 28 southbound's heavy at Shaler Water. The Parkway North inbound is slow go for you between Bellevue, Westview, and Perrysville. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:25. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
AccuWeather says today's high 27, sunshine, and then chance for a coating to an inch of snow tonight, 22. So we won't be dipping into the teens or single digits. You got that going for you. Punxsutawney, Phil, next.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Hey, it's Marty. We have 6 Voss TV and appliance products in our house. 6. And I mean, folks, they treat you like family. That's why we go there. Their service, like family. Their delivery, like family. Lowest pricing around, like family. Folks, when they come to your house, it's amazing. Voss TV and appliance. 412-650-VOSS. 412-650-VOSS. Folks, like family.
Do you have experience working on Class 8 heavy-duty trucks? Consider a career with PGT Trucking Maintenance. PGT is now hiring experienced diesel fuel mechanics in Midland and Blairsville, PA. Support the fleet by helping to maintain PGT's late-model equipment, including International and Peterbilt tractors. Technicians should be able to complete a preventative maintenance inspection. Experience in the trucking industry is preferred. Call 1-800-TEAM-PGT or apply online at pgttrucking.com/work. 7:18 from the KDKA Radio News Desk. Here's a look ahead at our 7:30 report with Paul Rasmussen.
Of course, we'll have the latest on Groundhog Day, and you'll also find out who won last night at the Grammys. There was also a surprise at the box office over the weekend. More on that coming up in 13 minutes on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Brighten up your morning with Larry Richert in the Big K Morning Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When the weather turns bad, and it has been a lot lately, we have the KDKA Radio Storm Center, brought to you by Duquesne Light Company, larger than light anytime at KDKARadio.com. And this is it. They're on Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and we go live courtesy of PCN, the Pennsylvania.
Dan McGinley, will you please introduce the members of the Inner Circle?
Be happy to. Thank you. Welcome again. Happy Groundhog Day to all. It's time to get serious. We need to hear what Phil has to say. But before we do that, we want to introduce those standing on the stage who make Groundhog Day possible. First of all, I want to acknowledge all the dignitaries that are joining us here on stage. Been here all morning, and they're a big contributor to Pennsylvania and Punxsutawney and Groundhog Day. Thank you to them. The Emeritus Member of the Inner Circle, Tom Uberti, big wind maker.
I don't know if I'd want to be the big wind maker, Paul.
There's an Inner Circle member
that's interesting.
Some of the pet names that they'll come up with for one another, but they're working a lot together, right, during the year in the lead up to this.
Yeah, and they wear their and you've seen my hat, the top hat.
Yes, it's nice looking. It's a nice looking hat until you put the rodent on top of it.
Yeah, they're in their tuxedos standing on the stage there, and we remember so many really good times when that movie came out, Groundhog Day. That's been a long time ago.
What, more than 30 years, I guess, right?
Yeah, the movie, let's see, came out.
Was 1989, 1990 something maybe?
1993.
Okay.
That's unbelievable. And
33 years.
Yeah, we went up there and covered this when the movie came out. It became such a big hit, and it really elevated the number of people that would go up to Gobbler's Knob. And right now they're introducing all the members, and some of these guys have been around a long, long time.
On the groundhog call was Rob McCoy, Downpour. And that over there is Butch Iceman Philibert.
I see Senator Kim Ward is there.
Oh, is she?
Along with United States Senator Dave McCormick. Last year, Governor Shapiro made a back-to-back visit.
I guess the big shots all get a turn at one point or another.
Our ceremony. Your friend, our friend, his handler, A.J. DeRoom, is Rainmaker.
I've met A.J. We've got...
And the president of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club and the only man who can speak to Punxsutawney Phil is the president, Thomas Dungle Shingle Shaker.
Everybody's got a nickname.
Shingle Shaker.
I want to talk about this cane. This cane is handed down from president to president. My father once held this very cane, and before him, Storm Builder's grandfather held this very cane. This cane gives me the ability to speak groundhogese. That's how I communicate with Phil, through nods, chirps, winks, and purrs. What we're going to do is, according to 104